You start this time.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
Perhaps we do that again. Hi, and welcome to Wisdom from a Bathroom Stall. Our current episode is, as always, about gardening, and this is about a snap project that I've been working on.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I'm Linda.
I'm Darcy.
What do you got cooking? What's new?
What's new? Oh my gosh.
Do I always say that? What do you
You
got
always
cooking?
ask me what's new.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I don't have anything new. My dog, I mean, she's not new. We've had her. We've had her for a while now, but I'm just realizing how bored the dogs get when it's so cold outside. And that, you know, they have a tendency to do some weird things when they're, yeah, never mind, I'm not even going to go there.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so that, I mean,
Not
that's
much.
new for me because I haven't had a dog in many years.
Oh. Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of new. And then starting to work on stuff. I'll be starting to work on more art stuff.
Oh, really? When is that going to happen?
That's going to happen probably within the next 2 weeks.
Okay. I expect to see some progress.
Okay.
Like I'm the boss of you.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
How about you?
Let's see. I got a couple things actually. One of them just sort of slipped out of my mind. I don't even know where it went. Our Carmel business is starting back up for the year. And we're doing an event at Rustic Roots on February 14th, so it's right on Valentine's Day.
That's soon. That's
Yep.
great.
And we're doing one in March that's local to us. I mean, it's like a couple miles away
Fun.
at the Water's Edge place. And then
Yes.
we have one in April that, for the life of me, I can't remember where it's at. So I'll have to find that eventually because I've already paid for it. The one at Rustic Roots is free for us. They're having some kind of event there.
Nice.
They wanted someone who sold sweets, so they reached out to me. Which is
Nice.
awesome.
That's very good.
Moving on to Darcy and gardening.
Yes, it's, I mean, March 1st. It's still Minnesota, and it, you know, it can go two ways. It can be kind of nice out and get an early spring. We could go all the way up to the end of April, and then all of a sudden it's summer.
Yeah.
You know, so we never know. So starting seeds indoors is something that's good to do. I would say mid-March myself. Last year I started seeds too early, and things were very large, and my tomatoes were huge, you know, and they got spindly, and you know,
Okay.
so you don't want to do it too soon, and we just never know when it's going to really hit spring, you know. But starting indoors, when you start your seeds indoors, the good thing to do is like peppers, tomatoes, broccoli, that kind of thing. Outside, it's a time to prune like your fruit trees and stuff like that before they start getting the blooms on them. That's it. Outside, actually, in this time of year, you can actually start your green leafy vegetables because they're, you know, like salad, spinach, lettuce, stuff like that, greens. Those, I'm probably going to start mine in the greenhouse. But that's a lot because my greenhouse isn't a really good one, and it still gets a lot of cold air through it and stuff. So I'll start those out there. The lettuce and greens and whatnot, they can handle a little bit of cold.
When you say a little bit of cold, I mean, you can get 5 below here. What's going to happen to them? Do you have to bring them in? Do you have to cover them?
Hopefully it won't get 5 below in March, but they could probably handle like down to 40 maybe.
Okay.
So that's March kind of weather.
Yeah, I think it can get a little colder at night. If it were to get colder, say, than freezing, would you cover them?
I personally would, like, put a little cover over them or whatnot. but then I'll have them in the greenhouse so I can do that.
Okay.
If it gets that cold. You know, there's little covers. You can use so many things for covers, like a glass bowl. Just pop it on there, and that'll help.
When you're starting seedlings, and you talked about them getting spindly, and I know what you mean, does that have to do with just because they need more space? Like if you start a seedling in something this big,
Right.
like some of the pellets, the containers that you can get are like this big, versus a bigger pot. Because you can grow tomatoes inside, you can put them in, and you have patio tomatoes, and you can grow them in a big pot and whatever, because of our growing season. But is it because they're in something so small?
No, usually it has to do with the light.
Okay.
There's not enough light, so if you're starting seeds and you have the grow lights, when you're starting, well, some of them you have to wait until they germinate and you see a little bit popping up before you hit the grow lights with them. And then there's different colors, you know, like blue colors. Blue light maybe brings up the growing better, you know, faster. But when they're starting out, if it's not close enough, they're gonna go where the light is. So that's how they get spindly, because they're reaching up for the light.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to keep your light lower at first, and then as they grow, you can put it a little bit up at a time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I want to do a couple different kinds of tomatoes. I really want to do. When can I plant cucumbers? When can I start them?
Cucumbers, probably a little bit later. I am not an expert, so I don't know as much about that.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I want to do it because I do so much with cucumbers.
Yeah, you can start those early. In the house or whatever. Maybe in the garage too, if it's not really cold.
Ours is really cold.
So is ours. See what else. So outside though, yeah, your greens and your lettuce. Your root vegetables can start getting planted like probably towards the end if the ground is workable.
End of March?
Yeah, I think I looked it up and it said in March. Peas and carrots and beets, because you know they're going down, so it takes a while for them.
Okay.
And again, I'm not an expert, so if you know, go ahead and put your 2 cents in, because I appreciate it.
Homegrown peas and beans, it is so fun to grow them.
Yeah, this year I have to do way more. Last year I really got stuck on tomatoes and one kind of tomato, my spoon tomatoes, and lots of peppers, and we had way too many peppers, way too many. And I did it hydroponic, so they like went crazy. They just go nuts because they have all the nutrients and
wow.
Yeah. So this year I hope to do better. Every year I hope to do better.
Sure. Who doesn't?
Right. So that's that for me for March.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Oh, I think I'm funny.
You are funny.
Snap. This finished out well for us. We came up with it. So I had alluded to not spending so wisely, but and I had talked about the woman in the video who bought like one onion.
Yep.
And one. So we had $17 for our last week. $17, and we didn't have bread, we didn't have milk, we didn't have eggs. I needed yogurt, and so we suddenly became those people. We bought one Roma tomato. It was like 32 cents.
Yeah.
We bought one onion. I can't remember what I needed it for. I was making chili and spaghetti, so
Okay.
like half an onion for each. And they had like pastaroni on sale for $1 a box, so I ended up buying that. And we spent 16 something of our $17
For the last week?
for the last week. And we just made it. So I don't know. It was absolutely enlightening, positively. We didn't buy any junk food, and I don't know if I ever mentioned that before.
No, I don't think you did.
The only thing we did, I mean, junk food, snack foods, I guess you'd call them, was graham crackers.
It's not really junk food.
And popcorn, microwave popcorn.
Yeah.
Like a box
That's
of
more
3 packs.
snack.
So no potato chips, no candy, no crackers, except soup, the little oyster crackers for soup. So we had a few soup meals, quite a few.
Yep.
So I like what I learned from this. I think it would be very difficult to do if you didn't have easy access to a grocery store.
Yeah.
So if you had to buy anything you were missing or needed from, say you lived by a Quick Trip or a store like that has a fair amount of groceries, the prices are too high.
Yeah, generally. They do have sales as well, though.
They're like milk, they'll have a couple things, like their milk and bread might be good, or eggs, milk, and bread, whatever, a couple of the necessities, which is great.
Right.
But if you needed to buy cereal, or, we didn't buy any breakfast cereal. We didn't have anything like that. We didn't have any, other than pastaroni, we didn't have any ready-made foods.
Okay.
Everything had to be cooked from scratch. So it was time consuming. It was a lot of dishes.
Yep.
Not a fan of dishes.
Yep.
We have a dishwasher, but we had a dishwasher in our old house for 30 years and we never used it. Ever.
I do more now. One time I just used it for storing my Tupperware because it didn't work so well, so it's just like, I'll just do them by hand.
Yeah, that was kind of the other thing. Once we finally broke down and thought, we'll use this dishwasher, it didn't work right. I think it was leaking water, but we had one in our apartment before that. We never used it. And then when we were waiting for this house to be ready, we lived in an apartment and we didn't use that dishwasher either. So it's not my thing. I'm not a big microwave person. I'm gonna say the Snap thing was successful, but it wouldn't be easy to do over and over and over again, and I can certainly see the challenges with that. And if you had, and mind you, we don't have kids, so there's nobody coming over visiting that you want to offer something to them. And it's so cold out that people really aren't out visiting much anyways. So there was nothing like that to be had. Could we have? Maybe. If we had found some things on sale and done a little bit better, maybe. But if we had to buy more spices, so like this ongoing thing where if you had to do this every month, month after month after month, it would become very difficult.
I have a tip.
Okay. Is it financial?
Dollar store. There's a lot of times there's good food items and spices and frozen things at the dollar store.
And they're not expired? I've never bought food from a dollar store.
Nope. I don't think they can.
Well, I would imagine it would have to violate something at the very least.
So actually your dollar store, sometimes you can, I mean, it's an extra stop, but if you need to, you can get more for less. Definitely. There's videos on it. Yeah. We'll
have to check it out. Maybe get something posted.
Sure.
Ourselves. We can do a little bit of that.
Sure.
Otherwise, yes, I don't really have a lot to say about it. It was a good experience.
Good.
I would recommend anybody try living below their means in some fashion for a little while. And it's never going to be exactly the same as really being under the gun.
Right.
But maybe you can get a tiny taste of it when you realize people don't have a choice.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes you do. I mean, every so often when you get some extra money, you can pull, some Twizzlers off the shelf and